Theme music. All right, that's lovely. All right, welcome to take two of Pandemonium Live, episode 29. I didn't like how the first one went on. There were too many, um, let's say, interruptions, interferences, and stuff like that. So we're starting off fresh with a clean slate, and we're gonna see if we could do this proper. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the link out here for anyone who wants to come in. If you want to. There's a link in there. Okay, and with that being said, we can continue. Okay, what do we got here? Mm. Mm. Okay, what are we gonna do? Crystalline Vision. All right, Crystalline Vision. No. I fucking hate ads. Oh wait. This isn't an ad. This isn't an ad. This is just this is the actual video. Crap, this is gonna look sucky.
Jesus' righteousness, his goodness, he is perfect. I'm not like, let's just take that. Pull it out and show us. Got it. That's a picture of Jesus' righteousness. Look at that. White, clean.
It's a fucking towel. What the fuck? I literally don't even get this. Okay, we're just gonna okay, let's look at this. Okay, well. All right, you know what? Fuck it.
German secret societies.
Mario's doesn't really have anything interesting.
Nordic-looking beings that had existed for tens of thousands of years.
Okay. All right, enough of that. That was ridiculous. Okay, Tommy Sotomayor goes in on white woman for trying to infiltrate group of black men. Okay.
You were still able to come into the circle of the midst of people who are not smoking and smoke inside of them, and yet still expose them to something that is detrimental to them. And you did this because it felt comfortable to you, even though you didn't ask them, is it okay for them to be exposed to it? And never ask them, how do they like living the way that they are. Now, no offense to you, but what I'm saying is, wait, no. What's offensive to me is I don't have cancer and I don't want it, and you're smoking in front of me.
And you're gonna get it anyway because we all die somehow.
No, I'm not gonna. You hear what you just said? Out of respect.
That's hilarious.
You know what?
That's so hilarious. Hey, hold on a second. Okay, fuck. That was annoying. Anyway.
Want to have me smoking around you, so I'm gonna
Trevor came out the show, man.
I should have had to ask you because you know what you're doing is detrimental.
So he basically gets paid to do street lectures. That's nice. That's literally that's lovely. All right. What a drama queen. I like smoking my face with dumbass. Go inside. How about that? Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, we got a Brett Keane video. Ugh. Okay, MMA fight. Ben visits Brett Keane. Nice. Okay, let's skip this shit.
Also, I will attempt to consistently do live shows and hangouts at 7 p.m. Some of you out there, you've been really, really excited and you've been wondering, is Ben going to show up to my home Are we going to have this backyard brawl? Now, as I've told many of you out there, we, hold on a second, we've got some assholes over there acting crazy, making noises. Some of you out there have been wondering, is Ben going to come by? Is he going to visit? Is this, what did he call himself?
Yeah, the answer to your question, Brett, is obviously no, because one, your fucking backyard is not a venue. No one's gonna come to your backyard to watch you get your ass kicked by some guy who's obviously younger and then more, well, actually probably a little older, but it looks younger and then more better shape than you are. And even then, what are you gonna do? Just to claim that you basically came out of nowhere and just assaulted him or some shit? No one's gonna do that. And basically, you came out with some nonsense that they have to put down $5,000 each just to do this. So yeah, obviously no one's gonna pay attention to your bullshit scam.
Said he was in the MIA, missing in action or something, some kind of martial art. MMA, and that's where they get
MIA, MMA. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's in an MMA situation.
in the cage and they punch on each other and it lasts for like a couple minutes. Yeah. Girl. Yeah, let's be noisy as fuck. Hold on a second. Hold on, people. We've got some wild fucking animals over here. Okay. So you probably hear all that noise back there. These people are wonderful. They don't know how to park their own fucking vehicles in their own parking lot. It's beautiful. Okay, so
Go inside, you dumb fuck. That might help.
I got some good news for you all out there. As many of you know, I said that I'm going to try to stay away from the drama, but Ben decided that he actually wanted to show up, and he's here with me right now. And we're going to talk to Ben. Now, while I've been sitting here doing this talking, I gave Ben a carrot, and Ben's kind of, yeah, he's gnawing on the carrot, right?
What the fuck is this? What is this? Bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Now, so, Ben the bunny rabbit, the martial artist expert. Ben, we're doing a video right now, man. Ben, hello. Okay, Ben, stop. Well, Ben's the type of guy, he's not really a quitter. He likes to finish what he started, if you know what I mean, folks. So, okay, let's get him up here. Okay, so here's Ben. My neighbors are wondering why the fuck I'm talking to Ben the bunny rabbit for.
Cause you're a lazy ass drunk fucking welfare cheat with nothing better to do. That's why. Not really a big ass mystery. Not really a quandary. You're just a fucking weirdo. That's all you are. Oh boy, this is cringy as fuck to watch.
Ben, you said you want to put money down to whip on my ass, right?
Brett, you look like a special needs person right now. Like, seriously.
So, Ben, are we going to do this or what? Everybody keeps on asking me, Brett, are you a puss? Are you a coward? You can take them on? Now.
Okay. All right. I've entertained this shit enough. I've entertained that shit enough. That was stupid. That was painful as hell. Let's just end it all. Seriously. Just end it all. End everything. Probably your life, your channel. But just stop. Okay, we got a deflating atheism. Atheists never prove shit. Yeah, this is the idiot that apparently can't make a response video, so I'm basically just gonna pwn his bitch ass even further.
Atheists love saying they base beliefs on proof and evidence, but you will never need proof in any defense of atheism. In fact, nobody shirks the burden of proof quite like the atheist qua atheist. They'll never provide you with a fact or deductive logical argument supporting their position. Instead, you get these insipid, airy-fairy proclamations like, religion pretends it has all the answers, science always admits when it's wrong, blah, blah, blah. What is that? It's not logic, it's not philosophy, and it's...
Yeah, I've actually never really heard that, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, do you have any specific claims about religion that you make, dude?
Sure as hell ain't science. It's sloganeering is what it is. So I've chosen one example of this kind of insipid, fact-free atheist blather from my recent Facebook debates, but of course there are many, many more I could choose from. So this guy is contrasting atheism with religion, and of course religion is just assumed to be a singular entity. And he says, one, namely atheism, is supported by an overwhelming vast amount of undeniable scientific evidence. The other, namely religion, is basing everything of translated scribbles of sheep herders who had zero evidence and still have zero evidence. So the sheep herders who millennia ago wrote the big book of religion had zero evidence back then, and still to this day, and they are extremely old sheep herders at this point, they still have zero evidence.
Well, they're dead, and I can actually see the like a bit of the like errors in this argument. Atheism is not something for which has scientific evidence. I mean, you have you sort of have like scientific progress as a point in that you don't really need religion to actually make claims about reality. You actually have a model of predictive power within science to sort of conclude that there's no real reason to focus on anything supernatural or whatever and stuff like that, because that just has a lack of evidence, and that could be used to conclude an atheistic view or whatever. But that doesn't really doesn't really disprove anything about like anything supernatural or religious. It just points out that there's no real reason to believe it in light of scientific advancements and stuff like that. So moving on.
Now here comes me. Da, 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 da. Atheism is supported
deflating dipshit. You.
By an overwhelming vast amount of undeniable scientific evidence. Name one piece of undeniable scientific evidence supporting atheism. Theism is basing everything of translated scribbles of sheep herders. Really, that's all theism is based on? Nobody's ever arrived at theism except on the basis of translated scribbles of sheep herders? Prove it. Are these sheep herders supposed to be the writers of the Bible? Prove any of them herded sheep. They had zero evidence? Prove it. Prove literally anything you're...
Okay, well, I'm not going to defend this guy's comment. I mean, you know, whoever the hell it is should be able to do it on their own. I mean, if not, whatever. However, let's just go into reverse order. Prove literally anything you're saying, yada, 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 and it is, whatever. Let's just go with the reverse order. Okay, so sheep herders, I mean, well, technically, like a lot of the stories of like the Bible and stuff like that did come from like nomadic tribes of the Middle East. So I mean, you know, that's just archaeology and stuff like that. They just happened to walk around and had these stories to explain like what they've seen in their travels or what they experienced and how it was related to their culture or whatever. So there's that. Okay. It's not so much the scribbles of ancient sheep herders so much as the people that claim that it has authority and tradition and revelation and all that stuff. And if a person wants to claim that personally, then sure. I mean, you know, if you want to claim that is a good enough evidence for you to believe in a deity, whatever. However, what we've uncovered with science, how we understand how natural phenomena is unfolded through scientific laws and stuff like that, how chemical reactions work, how like genes and mutations are passed down and stuff like that, how stars align and stay on course and everything like that. All that is a result of like assuming scientific laws and stuff like that, and just ignoring supernatural hypotheses and all that. So like I said, it's not that we know there is no deity, just that with the success of science and stuff like that, there really is no reason to assume anything supernatural. I mean, that's not to say that we know that there isn't. The floor is open on that, but there is no evidence for supernatural. There's not been anything really extraordinary handed out recently. So there you go.
You're saying, please. I read it on our atheism meme graphic isn't good enough. Now, you'll need to hold on to your hat here, but this guy did not respond to my challenge. He didn't prove anything he said. And if he did respond, we could assume that he would say that he doesn't need to prove anything because he's an atheist. In their minds, atheists can assert that there is no evidence for God. They can assert that the Bible is written by goat herders. They could assert that the sky is green, and they don't need to prove anything they say simply by dint of the fact that they are atheists. In their minds, being an atheist is a get-out-of-jail-free card for the burden of proof.
You know what I think is really funny and interesting? This is the same thing you actually did with me, and I'll actually demonstrate it. Let me just stop here and pull up the video. I just think it's weird you sort of bitch and moan about atheists not meeting their burden of proof as if there is one. I mean, as if you have to provide evidence to be skeptical of a claim, which is ridiculous, but okay. So let's see here. So this is my response to deflating atheism. This is my response. Here it is, my response video, response to deflating atheism, stupid religion. Okay. All right. So here is deflating atheism's comments on this. This is his response. Hey, Wolf King, atheism isn't based on skepticism. It's just a bunch of guys who are angry at God for cursing them with tiny dicks. Wow, projection much. Prove me wrong. Wow. Brilliant. Okay, and then he continued. Oh wow, Satanists end up being a bunch of snotty 13-year-olds pissed off that mommy and daddy made him go to church. Wow, that's lovely, brilliant. How could I ever come back from that? I'm so wounded. Those are such brilliant arguments. I won't be offending religion anymore. Yeah. I won't be offending you and your retarded ass belief in an invisible sky daddy. I'm sorry, I'm not going to argue with people who actually think the Bible is just a bunch of stuff idiots wrote down. Okay, so he bitches and moans about atheists not being the burden of proof, but when someone challenges him to justify his religious belief, it just winds up in childish insults and ridiculous trolling. This is the mind of this guy. And he wonders why I mock him and treat him like shit, because that's basically what he is. Okay, continue. Let's see. All right, let's see what G-Man's bitching about. The internet is where atheism comes to die. That's cool.
I celebrate the fact that the internet is the place that dies. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do
to where atheism comes to die, come to die, dumb fuck. Learn how to speak English. How old are you?
is come to the great debate community. Cut your computer on and come to the great debate community and see all of these atheistic arguments destroyed. A lot of people don't know this, and some of you do, obviously. That in what we would call the golden days of the atheist community, they were confusing and debunking, and in their own eyes anyway, debunking a lot of Christian arguments here online about God's existence, morality, things like that and whatnot. Because a lot of Christians didn't know how to respond to the things that they were saying. But lately,
you mean like you? G-Man, you're the best thing that ever happened to atheism. You are basically the biggest, greatest argument against theism ever. I'm actually welcoming you in everything you do with regard to what you do to the atheists and the secular movement. You just boosted up, man. Good job, man. You're a billboard for atheism.
The great debate community with myself, True Empiricism, the Bible Thumping Weena, and many others here on the internet. A lot of people are starting to notice that these arguments that the atheist community make are easy to debunk. They're very easy to show why these arguments are illogical and why a lot of them don't make any sense, and they contradict the worldview of the atheist that is making the argument. The reason why it is tough to be an atheist these days on the internet is because if you try to argue against morality, we're going to kick your butt.
You mean like stealing safes? Yeah, that's real moral.
Argue against God's existence, we're going to kick your butt.
Yeah. Like making wish list invisible beings. That makes a lot of sense, bro.
You try to argue over evolution, we're going to kick your butt.
You don't understand science, so it's kind of hard to actually demonstrate.
And then we're going to give you the gospel and tell you what you can do to come to Jesus Christ. Even some of these
you sort of suck when it comes to actually preaching your religion. So, I mean, like when you go out in public, no one listens to you. So, sorry, no more Gary.
Atheists on here. I've shown every last one of them that either they know that God exists and they suppress the truth and unrighteousness, or I outright prove that they're not even atheists. That the only reason that they're calling themselves an atheist is because what they believe or have a so-called lack of a belief.
Well, you tend to assert that a lot. Like whenever you get like really excited because you got ADHD and shit like that, and you know you can't really argue your way out of the discussion. You just make a bunch of assertions and either lose your shit or just run off.
Sounds like atheism. With the many arguments that I've made on this YouTube channel, and I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube. True Empiricism has his share. Antonio's coming up in the ranks. Knuckle has his videos. A lot of us have videos just debunking the ever-living daylights out of these arguments that the atheist community is making. And it's good because there's a lot of people out there that don't have YouTube channels, that watch my channel, that watch True Empiricism's channel, that watches Deckle's channel.
Yeah. It's sad. It really is sad, but funny. You know, you guys so deluded, but you know, it's a big world, and there's a sucker born every minute.
Channel, and they're being influenced by these arguments. You see, when you're an atheist and all you do is create drama and talk about what somebody said behind somebody's back,
okay.
They're actually actively going out there, not just on the internet and showing you guys that your arguments are ridiculous, but we're going out in the public sphere and showing you that your arguments are ridiculous. So again, the internet is turning into a place where atheism has come to die, or where the atheist has come to die to their atheism. Because at the end of the day, there's no such thing.
The atheist comes to die to their atheism. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Do you know, like, you need to, like, take an adult literacy course. Seriously. Don't have a speak or write worth a damn.
Is you're either a mystical theist, or you're an anti-theist, or you're make-believing that there's not a God and suppressing the truth and unrighteousness. The presuppositional argument is alive and well.
Make believe that you don't believe. Holy shit.
Answer prayer is alive and well. Some other person thinks I'm a troll, and that you get to see this evidence. The best evidence I've heard, and it's sad to me that our children have to go to school and be force-fed this garbage that nobody.
Yeah, I know you're scared of school, man. You think smoking is fucking magic? You fucking retard.
Has any evidence for it? And I think it's about time we start recording our Google Hangouts and taking them to our to whoever we need to take to in our school districts and say, look, you know, these people are claiming to be scientists and claiming to be experts, and you know what? None of them can.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I talked online, man, and I couldn't understand that science, man. I couldn't understand none about those fossils and the DNA that shows the common ancestry. I just couldn't understand it, man. It's too hard. So, you know, like, teach my magic. Shut the fuck up, retard. It's a damn shame. They go through the system and out comes these waterheads. Anyway. Okay. So what we got here? Dr. Common Sense.
Look, I'm free.
God bless you and thank you for joining us in our spiritual broadcast. Now, we always say that it's always good to worship God, those who believe. And we pray now that some who are unbelieving would enter into his rest. I'm your host, the Doctor of Common Sense. Now, we said we're going to start putting more sermons. We missed last week, it was emergency, but we're going to put more sermons on our new station, and we'll probably start trying to do 3 or 4, maybe even 1 a day on the spiritual broadcast station we've created. I'm going to put this in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, name we pray. Amen and amen. Now, there is a word. Now, what we want to center our message on the day is having rest in the dangers in unbelief. The reason many Christians are not resting is because of unbelief. And as you are familiar with the text says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. Now, something when you say faith, your faith is not based on any type of evidence or substance. If I got faith that a toothpick can hold up a building, that's stupidity. But if I got faith that we have a man that's strong enough to hold up the building, he's held up plenty of buildings before, he has a 100% track record of holding up buildings, I got more faith that he'll be able to do it. Sometimes you have faith in people that...
Okay, see, here's the thing. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If you're talking about, like, for example, a guy that can, okay, let's say a guy's a good doctor, because he went to a good school and he has specialized knowledge, right? He's basically, he's got the evidence and he's got the rational criteria to basically understand how diseases break out and what could be used to treat them and stuff like that. And he has a high percent chance, higher. It's more likely that if he's part of the situation, he could most likely say that person, we could trust him. If you're talking about a guy who supposedly was a miracle worker, who was born of a virgin, who died and was resurrected, this resurrection, the only thing that happened in history, being the only one that ever happened in history, that would be an extraordinary claim. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and you need a lot more than just your preaching, basically.
They will do what they say they're going to do. Well, God is a God who does everything he says he's going to do. Even wrote you some love letters, like you to read them on a cake. So without faith, it's impossible to please God. Now, we want to read a small text in Hebrews.
Well, if you're talking about religious faith, then yeah, I can't have any confidence in that at all because the evidence is lacking.
4th chapter, and then we want to piggyback off the children of Israel and their unbelief coming out of Egypt. They had Egypt, or they had this residue of Egypt on their mind. Hebrews, the 4th chapter says, "Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For to us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them." Says the gospel was preached unto them too. But the word preached did not profit them. Why? Not being mixed with faith, them that heard it. It ain't impossible to believe that God created the heavens and earth. It's more impossible to believe that it all came by chance or a great explosion. But by faith, it says he hung the stars.
Yeah, it didn't come out of nothing. There wasn't no explosion, jackass. See, this is why you gotta teach science, or at least science literacy. It was actually an expansion of energy, matter and energy, i.e., the Big Bang, which 13.7 years ago it inflated, and out came the stars and the elements were composed and all that other stuff. You know, I mean, we got the fact that the universe is constantly expanding, the background radiation left behind, the redshift and all that, but I wouldn't expect some chrome dome like you to actually comprehend that shit. You got your mind stuck on Jeebus.
In the sky, they are like a little faith, and it goes on to say, for we which have believed do enter into his rest. In other words, the belief ushers you in rest of God, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they should enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. Before it started out, he says, it's a finish. In other words, Calvary had already happened because God said so. It's a matter of time processing. In the fullness of time, God sent forth his son.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So basically, here's what dumb it don't even know what he just said. Hold on. What you just said is this, basically. Basically, you just said that this entity, let's just assume the entity exists, basically. It knew it was going to create something imperfect to begin with, and it set it all in motion just so humanity could be condemned and have this entity, who is an incarnation of said entity, to be sacrificed to the said entity so that we can be like back in his good graces for some dumbass reason. That's the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard in my life. Get fucked.
Now it also says, for he spake in a certain place of the seventh day in this wise, and God did rest the seventh day from all his works. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remains that some just entered therein, and they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief. They didn't enter because of unbelief. And briefly, if you look at the Hebrews, the 3rd chapter, around the 9th verse, it says, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works, 40 years they saw my works, wherefore I was grieved with them, that generation, and said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. So I swore in my wrath, they should not enter into my rest.
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. If you already admitted that this entity created this world supposedly to fail and have it redone, then guess what? That creator is either he doesn't exist or he's just a dumbass, basically. So, I mean, or I guess that's just your psychology that you sort of imposing on this entity, this supposed hypothetical god or whatever. Jesus fucking Christ. And Lucifer and all them people. All right.
The new Xbox One S with 4K Ultra HD video and Blu-ray.
Yep, check out that
I have an
Xbox.
amazingly grotesque story for you coming.
Okay, we got Pastor commits heinous crime. Church gladly covers it up.
Let's go.
Well, hold on. Let me get rid of this bullshit.
Out of Colorado, Real Story breaks it down for us. A church in Thornton, Colorado has come under fire after court documents revealed this week that it failed to report a pastor's sexual abuse to police because it believed the problem could be solved with biblical counseling. Pastor Robert Wyatt repeatedly had sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl at the Agape Bible Church in Thornton. What's even more disturbing is the fact that the court documents showed church officials knew about Wyatt's sexual abuse and did nothing. According to an arrest affidavit for Wyatt, both the head pastor and the 12-year-old girl's adoptive parents agreed that it would be best to not go to the police because they were concerned about what would happen to Wyatt. Instead, the affidavit claims the church and the parents agreed that biblical counseling they would receive through the church was significant to fixing the problem. The officer who interviewed the girl's adoptive father said the man made it clear his interest was in protecting the church and its reputation more than protecting his daughter. Goddamn.
Yeah, I would agree that that's pretty fucked up. The fact that you would put your own, you would put your belief over the safety of your child. Yeah, I would agree that's beyond heinous. That's beyond fucked up. And I hope everyone who is involved in this faces their just desserts. Namely, they be locked the fuck up and have no connection to this kid whatsoever. That's the way I see it. That's vile as hell. All right, moving on. Okay, we got Canadian student told to take off his pro-Trump hat.
We have a video here coming out of Canada about an incident on a college campus. A guy named Matt Linder was walking around with his Make America Great Again hat, of course, Trump hat, and he was confronted on campus by Zoe Slusser, the former vice president of student life for the school. Let's watch and see what happened.
It's a public place. Freaking out. You're allowed to film whatever.
You're not allowed to share hate language.
I'm saying make America great. What is hate language about? You don't care. I want to hear.
Make America great again means make America all for white people, no immigrants, no people with different sexual orientations.
His wife is an immigrant. His wife is an immigrant.
That doesn't mean anything.
How is it not? You just said no immigrants.
It doesn't mean anything. I could have a brother who's gay and I could not be supportive gay people. It doesn't mean anything. You're valid.
So why is he? You just say he doesn't like immigrants. His wife's an immigrant. It's illegal immigrants that he doesn't want.
You're not even connecting.
You're saying I asked you, does he not like immigrants? You're like, he doesn't like immigrants.
Just because he's married to an immigrant doesn't mean that his policies and what he stands for is promoting people of different colors being in our country.
It's illegal immigrants.
I mean, wow, she just does not get she's like a left-wing Ann Coulter. What the fuck? And look at her.
He doesn't hate anyone. Illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants.
Listen, dude, like, we're friends and I level with you, but, like, you gotta take the hat off. Or I'm gonna write the prison university and he's gonna come and talk to you because I already talked to him about this. And he's gonna come and talk to you because I already talked to him about it. You gotta take the hat off. Or I'm gonna write the prison university and he's gonna come and talk to you because I already.
Oh, I'm gonna tell on you because you have a hat on that I don't like. It's like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? You could just leave him the fuck alone, you crazy bitch. He doesn't have to bend to your rule. What the hell? Give me a break.
We talked to him about this. It's not allowed. It's hate language on campus. You can do it here. You can do it David Doherty. I waited to talk to you in person, and I've already talked to him about this. You can laugh because it's so gonna happen, and I can't wait for him to come.
He's wearing a hat that he wants to wear. What is wrong with the hat?
I'm not allowed to wear a shirt. I'm not allowed to wear a shirt.
No, okay, let's go. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I just gotta be paying truthfully honest. That was retarded. I don't get these fucking like this way of politics where you could just fucking try to bully people into not being able to wear what they want to wear or say what they want or what they want to say because you don't like it. It's fucking ridiculous. I literally don't even get that. It just doesn't make any sense. All right, back. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, yeah, that's ridiculous. You can't bully people just because they got someone there that you don't like. All right, that's ridiculous. It's a hat. Okay, if someone literally came up to me like on a university or in a restaurant or something like that and said like, oh, "Excuse me, sir, I don't like your hat because it has stuff that I don't like on it." It's like, dude, go fuck yourself. Okay, I don't give a fuck. You don't have to talk to me. Go fuck yourself. You're being ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. So we got James Goodman chasing that news.
Marcellus Sullivan was of Channel 9 News has been following them. Burn your flag.
He said this is retaliation for a letter that he received stating if he were to lose the church, then a rainbow flag would be flown above it.
Soon the rainbow flag will be waving from the rooftop of your building. People will gather as we will light up the Bibles in the courtyard and a big bonfire.
So then I asked him, do you even have a gay flag?
No, I don't, but I figure we could get one from someplace. They're pretty plenteous, I think, aren't they?
There was no return address on the envelope. He insists that he knows for sure that it is from sodomites. He also said that he's also received other questionable items, such as gay porn. They send you porn?
Sure. Louis, you got any of those porn videos in there? Got any of those porn videos hid away in there? Yes. Bring me a couple of them with you.
Yeah, you got the porn videos hidden in the back. Yeah. In my office. Yeah. Go in there and get them.
Please.
Things you never think you'd hear spoken at an interview.
Especially not by this pastor who is so fiercely anti-gay, at least vocally.
So they tell me I should try it, and I would love it, but they're always these huge monstrosities.
So you've looked at the tape.
Oh yeah, huge, dick. It's just make my mouth water.
At the cover of the box is all I've seen. I haven't seen the videos. No.
She's all like, "You're full of shit." I just love this face. She's like, "Oh my god, this dude is so fucking gay." It's like you are full of crap.
Okay. And then he also said that he receives poop.
No, I don't want nothing looking at poop. That has poop in it right there.
Are you kidding? That box has poop in it?
Yeah.
He had Louis bring over a box.
Louis has the worst job ever. Now, wait, why is he saving the poop?
Exactly.
At first, I used to throw these things away. And then I said, no, I've got to keep these because people need to know that sodomites, this is the mindset that they have.
After I spoke to the pastor, I went back on.
Okay. Well, obviously, this guy don't know what it means to be trolled. I mean, this guy, well, for one, he's made even more insane statements, such as he wants all gay people killed, if not removed from Harlem. He wanted to be a gay-free zone, which is ridiculous and offensive and all that stuff. So people trolling him and sending him all this stuff so he'll talk about, his his imagination with regard to and fantasy with regard to gay sex and all that stuff. It's really interesting,
And I spoke to Liz Jackson. She is a disability advocate who happens to be gay. The stuff he says is just so over the top.
Your breath stinks of another man's hole.
He wants to be heard, but
they censored out the word butthole, by the way, which I just think it's kind of weird, but whatever.
he's not shouting the thing that he's really thinking, and I wish that he was.
A lot of people, had their differences with the fact I said that Obama has released the homo demon.
What if there was opportunity in there to have an authentic conversation about why his church feels threatened?
I think he needs to change his last name to Kardashian because all he looks for is attention.
Who goes to a church where people believe in hating on other people?
A lot of people go to church to get basis for their hatred, so they're able to look at themselves in the mirror. Most gay people in New York don't even know who Pastor Manning is, and the ones who do laugh at him. And all he's done is a disservice to his own congregation.
The guy is legitimately fucking insane. I mean, the guy rants about like semen and men's car, like jacking off in a man's asshole or something like that, and burning butthole and all that stuff. The man's insane. He's out of his mind. So it's whatever. Let's talk.
His church. If he's going to be the anti-gay church, he's one step short of Westboro at this point.
Listen, free speech can be ugly, and he's got a right to burn whatever he wants on his own property.
Bill Spady endorsing flag burning.
Well, all right, okay.
Okay, so that is, or at least that was Pastor James there manning about, with that craziness. I think that's hilarious. All right, so I guess that's about it. I guess the only thing I have to say at the end of this is that I watched The Blair Witch the other weekend. It was pretty good. Obviously the black folks died in there, but as horrible as it go, I say it was okay. I give it a B/C rating. It was all right. I liked it. There were times where I was legitimately freaked out. I'll give it that. Yeah, that's about it. The only other thing I could think of is what else I could think of? I guess the fact that The Rings is coming out next month, which is going to be a pretty good movie. I'm going to check that out too. Okay, that's it.
Gold has that sort of like almost.
This is the new Satanic Temple in Salem, Massachusetts.
High Renaissance feel to it, and I wanted it to be pretty.
Oh my God! Yeah, Salem, Massachusetts.
Do you know about like the certain components of Baphomet?
I've read about it.
Yeah, it's very complicated. I think because I think it's done that way on purpose. Obscurantism, to deliberately make things tricky to understand, to give it more mystery.
Yeah.
But essentially, Baphomet is the Western occult version of the Yin Yang. That's it. It's basically the Tao Te Ching personified in a crazy goat hermaphrodite creature. So it has that kind of Western arrogance of obscurantism rather than being said, it's the Yin Yang. Not really. That's taking a lot of time, and making, of course, Halloween is very busy. Jack Skellington's.
Right around anus.
Thank you so much.
Witch kissing the anus from the Black Mass thing. They're doing some good work. That's awesome. Hail Satan, and goodbye.